What if I told you that we already know what the final episode of The Amazing Digital Circus is going to be about? In fact, Gooseworks already laid down all the groundwork, and even in this episode kind of showed us what actually the final episode is going to be about. It's going to be about Jack. And this line right here. For those that don't know me, I'm Tomi Rigatomi. I talk movies, manga, books, and basically everything else. And today we're theorizing about what the final episode is going to be about. And I think it's going to be about Jax, Ribbit, and Kaufmo. And here is the reason why. Up until this point, Jax didn't know whether or not the circus was even real. And that's why he was willing to do all the random things that he wanted to. Because think about it. When you're playing video games, who cares about the NPCs and the AI inside, right? Up until here. When Jax finally realizes, oh man, everything around me is actually real and the people I'm messing with are real people, I bet he immediately started thinking about Ribbit and Kaufmo. It's not just the fact that they've abstracted. Obviously, he's wounded by that and he's trying to cope by saying, okay, they abstracted, but maybe they weren't even real to begin with, right? But it's more than that. I bet he is directly involved with why they abstracted. Primarily with Ribbit. I bet he caused her to abstract directly. And then when he isolated himself or distanced himself from Kaufmo, Kaufmo went off the rails trying to find an exit and abstracted himself. And by losing his two best friends, he has no choice but to develop into this archetype of a guy who's just snarky and cynical and just crazy all the time. If it works for him, it works for him. And by thinking that the people around him aren't real, hey, all props to you. But now, realizing that that might not be the case, that everyone actually around him could be real people, he starts to crash out. The final episode is going to be an hour long, and this is only going to be one piece of it. I have some other ideas for what the rest of the final episode is going to be about. Stay tuned for more.